Hi everyone, it's Julie coming to you with another Q&A Thursday from Inspired Design by Julie. This week's post actually came in from Tiffany. Her question was if I had any ideas or tips on how to decorate a room for kids who were too young to really have their own room, but since they're different genders, she was having a few challenges in how that she could bring it together and make it cohesive since she's got boy and girl going on in the same room. Well, many of you might not know, but I have 5 children, 4 of which are girls, and my youngest, poor little guy, is a boy. And so in my house, there's just purely not enough space. So even though everybody wants their own room, no one gets one. And since my youngest two, boy and girl again, are only 16 months apart, and they're still young enough, like yours, Tiffany, that they can share a room, we've dealt with this problem ourselves. And so your question really hit home to me, and that's why I chose it for this week. So I'm going to take you through what I did, and you can take from that some tips and ideas on how you can create a space for your kids that is well decorated, well thought out, is still pleasing to walk into, but yet still is true to who they are, which is definitely a boy and definitely a girl. And every kid wants their own individuality, a sense of self, no matter how young. So what we did first is we started with a neutral color on the walls. Think pale cream, pale tan, pale gray, something bright and airy, but it's still neutral to work off of. And then we went looking for bedding. We found, and lucked out kind of, and found a set that was striped on one side, polka dot on the other, but yet it came in gender-specific options. So for my daughter, we were able to get the pink, red, and orange version, but yet it had brown in it also. And then for my son, we were able to find the same exact set, but in blues. It had royal blue, navy blue, and pale blue, again with the brown. So we got the same patterns to tie it together, but also had this brown going on that tied both of them together and unified them. So then we put brown sheets on the bed. So immediately once the beds were put together, everything was done, each child was so excited because they felt like they had their own space, even though they were sharing a room. Then we had a fun art project. We got inexpensive canvas, and we got pink and orange and red paints for my daughter, and we got all the blue shades for my son, and we kind of created a time capsule effect by having this fun art project where they finger painted, did handprints, that kind of thing, in the colors that were on their personal beds, and they got to do with it whatever they wanted. So again, it was them taking part in decorating their room. But then when we went to hang it on the wall, we glued brown ribbon to the back of the canvas, and we put a cute knob on the wall, and then we were able to tie a bow and hang each piece of art with brown ribbon, which again grounded both of them together. So it didn't look like the spaces or the 2 bed sets or the art was not unified. There was definitely a rhyme and reason to how it all worked together. Then as far as organizing toys and things like that on their bookshelf, we got pink bins for my daughter and blue bins for my son. So it was very obvious whose were whose, but the bins being the same size on the same shelves, kind of in a pattern, again, unified the space. It made it feel well decorated. So I hope these tips help. I hope it gets your imagination going. There's so many more things that you could do with this, and I'd love to hear or see pictures from anybody that's tried some of this or dealt with this same situation. Make sure you're following me here on YouTube or on Facebook, and also heading over to my site so that you can read my blogs. There's some great giveaways coming very soon. And then that way you don't miss out on any of these great tips or the Q&A Thursdays that are happening every week. Keep those questions coming. I'm really enjoying answering them. And I will see you next week for another Q&A Thursday. I hope you all have a wonderful weekend, and talk to you soon.